When people ask me about what's it like to walk on the moon, I've always used the analogy, it's like walking on a trampoline. As you walk, bouncing along on a trampoline, that's pretty close. There's so much yet to be learned, and we keep learning more and more. Every time we send a probe to a different planet or a different moon, we learn more. It's exciting.
I got a master's degree from MIT.
When this hoax business came alive, we didn't really go to the moon. I got irrefutable proof we didn't go to the moon. And it was the guy that instigated that.
You know, as a former fighter pilot, I got my eye on the fuel gauge. I got my eye on the fuel gauge. And what I'm saying is I go for minimum fuel expenditure.
First flight plan. So I took a picture of the full Earth. First flight plan. First full Earth manned color shot. Color film, which is my favorite picture. Well, it was got kind of boring and started clicking away by changing the f-stop, the f-stop, the f-stop. Because we didn't go there.
And that's the way it happened. And if it didn't happen, it's nice to know why it didn't happen. So in the future, if we want to keep doing something, we need to know why.
In my heart, it's sheer metal. You guys, thanks a lot. There are places to go beyond belief. Those challenges are yours. In many fields, not the least of which is space, because there lies human destiny.
Always shoot for the moon. I tell Neil Armstrong that, we painted a white line in the sky so we wouldn't get lost. He's heard that from me enough where he's beginning to believe it, I think. You're going to land somewhere among the stars.
Our culture and our society has changed. They've become to take for granted things that back in those days seemed impossible. Our culture and our society has changed. They've become to take for granted things that back in those days seemed impossible.
So what big change happened to make it possible?
Well, once again, with what we knew at that time, it looked like that would be difficult. So, but we started out on the journey anyway.
I'm a filmmaker, and I've been in the business about 15 years, and I've been asked even to testify in court as to the authenticity of footage. And I saw this footage. It's dated by an atomic clock 3 days into the flight. All the astronauts are identified, and they're there putting the transparency over the window. They're clearly pretending to be halfway to the moon when they're not halfway to the moon.
That was easy. I say, you know what happened. We know what happened. Now, what was difficult, and I think maybe he's referring to this, was the discovery of these weaknesses inside of NASA and their attitudes. This kind of illogic about safety and so forth, which was so extensive from an organization which had such a reputation in the country, that it was hard for us to find it out in a sort of emotional way, as to have to come around and say that the Wizard of Oz, which everybody respects, has nothing behind it.
We live in a universe that is intelligent, self-organizing, creating, learning, trial and error, participatory, interactive, non-locally interconnected evolutionary system.
Wow.
But we are 200 meters away from it. Really hard to tell. The reason you can't tell how far things away are on the moon is you just have nothing to reference them to. I mean, we don't have any telephone poles up there yet. We got to work on that. Now, the administrator was really overjoyed when he got this picture back.
No, you can't do that if it's not on the flight plan.
Because nowhere in NASA's schedule was it, take pictures of the Earth while you're
Exactly, right. And I think the NASA photographers got a little bit in trouble about that. And they've come up with a slightly different story, but it's...
Major, what we call geopolitical reasons.